Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Peoples here. We're here today to talk about the United States History Current Events assignment. You're going to have to do a few of these over the course of the year, and this video instructional will help you through, in case you forget how to do them. It'll show you kind of step by step how to do that. The first thing that I have up here on the screen, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you here, is the assignment description, and you can read through this on your own, but I really want to highlight this area right here because it takes you through each step in the process. This assignment is about you reading a newspaper, online article, magazine, some type of article that has some type of news story in it. And you're going to read through it, and then you're going to summarize and try and make a connection to the world. And so you can see on here the things I'm looking for are the topic, which is just what the article is about in one or two words, the title of the article, which you can find at the top of that article, and then the article source. Where did you get it? Did you get it from Star Tribune? Did you get it from Time for Kids? Did you get it from Scholastic News or Tween Tribune? Where did you get it? That's what you're going to write down for the article source. And then you're going to summarize briefly, and in your own words, you're going to give me kind of the gist of what that article is about. What was the article about in 3 or 4 sentences? For the summary, you have to have a 3-sentence minimum. Okay? Can be more than 3 sentences, but cannot be less than 3 sentences. And then the next one down is the reaction. After reading your article, I'd like you to take a position on that particular topic. How do you feel about the event? How does that event or topic affect you? And for the reaction, you need to have a 5-sentence minimum. And then the final piece of the current events assignment is a world connection. How does the event or topic that you're reading about in your current events assignment, how does it impact or connect to the world? And that one also has to be a 5-sentence minimum. The world connection, if you can, there's no right or wrong answer for that. And so the possibilities are open to anything. You just have to make a connection from that particular topic to the whole world in general. Okay? And things, even local stories here in Chanhassen or Chaska or Carver, those stories also could have a connection to the world. The possibilities are open for that. Please keep in mind that this assignment isn't a critique of whether you think the article was good or bad. This assignment is to try and get you to formulate and explore your attitudes, thoughts, and beliefs about various topics in the world. Your opinions aren't cast in stone. You might think one thing at one time, and it might change over the as you get older. Okay. I also want to point out, too, that I'm going to collect these current events at specific times during the quarter, and you've written them in your planner. They'll be listed on the website. It's important that you keep up with your current events because if you wait to the last minute, a last-minute rush of current events usually turns out poorly, and it doesn't emphasize the value of keeping up with your work. All right, let's take a look at how to do one of these. I'm going to walk you through one of these assignments. Well, the first thing you need to have is you need a current event, an article or some type of story, news story, available from the internet or from an actual newspaper or magazine. So let's take a look at one. Here is a story, and I know it's hard to see right now, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And when I zoom in, you're going to be able to read it, and what I'd like you to do is actually pause this video, and if you pause it, you can read through the entire article. So I'll zoom in now, and then you can pause it. Okay. I'm going to pan down to a different part of the article so you can read the second half. And again, you're going to want to pause it and read through that second half of the article. When you're finished reading through the article, then unpause it and listen to the rest of this video cast. Okay, so you've read your article, and now it's time to fill out the current events form. The current events form is very, very simple to fill out, and especially the top half. The bottom half requires a little thinking. It requires a little creativity, but it's definitely possible for everyone in the class. So, the first thing we need to fill in, of course, is our, well, there's what the sheet looks like, excuse me. That's what the sheet looks like, and then it's going to be graded like this. I'm looking at the bottom half of that current event sheet. I'm looking at your summary, your personal reaction, and your world connection. And you'll notice on the check brick that if you have less than 5 sentences, you're going to get marked down. Okay, so please make sure that you have the appropriate number of sentences for those places. The current events do not have to be done on that sheet. If you feel more comfortable typing them up on a Word document, if you feel more comfortable writing them on your own piece of paper, that's completely okay. I just offer the sheet as something that you can have to help it, to make the process easier for you. Okay, but for each current event, I will use one of these check bricks to grade your performance. All right, so filling this out, the first thing you need to do is obviously put your name on there, and I have my name there in the name slot. The other stuff, if you have it, great. If you don't, that's okay. It's not very important. As long as your name's on it, then I can figure the other stuff out. Now, the topic, the article that you just read, was about the September 11th anniversary. And so I just thought in my head, okay, what was this mostly about? And how can I write that in 1 or 2 words? And so I put for my topic September 11th anniversary. You could have something different. Maybe you thought it was a different topic, but that's okay. And you know, this is what I came up with. The article title, going back to the article, the bold print tells me what the article title is, and the bold print showed the words "looking back" was the title of this article. Now, I found this article in Scholastic News, and I actually got it off of scholasticnews.com, and so you could put that in the article source. And then for summary, after reading it, I thought, well, okay, what is this article about? And I came up with this example. And I'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see. All right. This article takes a look back at the events of September 11th, 2001. It explains how the United States remembered the 10th anniversary of this event. It describes the memorial services and ways communities come together on the anniversary. Okay? That summary is 3 sentences. Okay? You can have more than that, but you can't have less. And as I zoom out here again, the next part of this is the personal reaction. So I have to, after reading the article, I have to think about, how do I feel about this topic? What does it make me feel? Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I angry? What kind of feelings does reading this article bring up in me? And so I came, this is an example of what I put. I was moved when I watched some of these memorial events on television. It was nice to see the country come together again for a common cause. It was moving to see so many family members at these locations to view the memorials. I would like to visit these memorials. They seem very appropriate. Okay, and again, keeping in mind, I made sure that I had enough sentences for this personal reaction, and I just reacted to it. I talked about how I felt in my writing, and that was able to get me the 5 sentences I needed. In case you forget, the right here, and I'm going to get rid of this now here in a second, but right here in parentheses is the number of sentences you need for each place. Whoops, we'll go right back there. Okay, so look in these parentheses. In case you forget how many sentences you need, I've placed them right there on the document so that if you forget, you can just look and have a little cheat sheet. Okay, now this last one, again, I said this last one you can be creative with. There's no right or wrong answer. All you have to do is connect this article or this topic with something with the rest of the world. Okay, and let me show you how I did it with this article. And again, if you haven't read the article, rewind this video clip, pause it on the article, and read it, because it's not going to make any sense if you're trying to do this without having read the article. And so if I were to show you my world connection, this is what I came up with. I believe the world impact to this story is how the United States chose to honor these people that died in these attacks. The article mentions that September 11th has become a day of community service. The people around America who choose to honor the day in this way are impacting their community. I would even say that they are impacting the world. They're trying to make the world a better place. So I've taken this article about the September 11th anniversary, and in the article they talk about how community service is a big part of remembering that day, and that community service can connect to the world because it could make the world a better place. So I've taken something from the article and I've connected it to something in the world, or something that's happening in the world. Okay, so the world connection, and again I have 5 sentences because I need to have 5 sentences for that section. Alright, remember, these are kind of the steps to complete your current events assignment. First thing you need to do is find an article. Pick an article that you want to read. Pick an article that interests you. Stay away from sports articles. Stay away from entertainment articles. It's hard to connect those things to the world. Make a world connection out of those. Okay? So stay away from those types of articles, but pretty much anything else is open. Some places where you can find articles that are not too difficult to read and that sometimes aren't very long. One of the problems you get into if you go to the newspaper like the Star Tribune or Pioneer Press, or you go to a magazine like Time Magazine, the articles are written for adults, and so sometimes the vocabulary is kind of difficult for kids, and it's hard to understand what's going on in those articles. And I don't want you to struggle with the reading part of this. So please make sure you go to some of the places I suggest, like timeforkids.com and scholasticnews.com and tweentribune.com. Those places all have articles that are at a level, some of them, like I believe Time for Kids, is even written by kids. And so you can read through those articles relatively easy, because part of this is reading the article, but the important part is what you learn from reading that article. Okay, so the first thing you got to do is find an article. The second thing you got to do is read the article. And then the third thing is to complete that current events form. Remember to have the correct number of sentences, and if you're not sure how many you're supposed to have, look in the parentheses for the number of sentences needed in each section. Okay. You can use this as a refresher in case you forget how to do your current events assignment, or in case the current events assignment is due tomorrow and you can't remember how to do it. You can watch this video again to walk you through that process. A lot of it is open-ended. Okay, so what that means is that any answer works as long as you have the correct number of sentences and you can create some kind of connection to the world. Okay, so the most often students lose points on this assignment is just because they don't have enough sentences. It is usually not because of what they wrote or the opinions they had or their connection to the world. It is usually because of the number of sentences they wrote. Okay, so keep that in mind. Thank you for paying attention, and hopefully these current events assignments go relatively smoothly for you.